Hello teachers, learners, and parents. Sir Jeff po, at your service. Alam nyo ba na meron tayong website na tinatawag na DepEd Commons? Ang DepEd Commons ay binuo upang gawing accessible ang pagtuturo at pag-aaral dito sa ating bansa gamit lamang ang inyong mga smart devices gaya ng cellphones, tablets, at computers. Dito ay maaari nating ma-access ang iba't ibang learning materials mula sa Department of Education. Meron itong mga interactive materials, electronic self-learning modules, at instructional video lessons mula sa DepEd TV na tiyak na makatutulong sa pag-aaral ng mga mag-aaral galing ka man sa public o private school. Walang problema dahil welcome ang lahat dito. Para ito sa mga guro, magulang at mga mag-aaral mula sa kinder hanggang grade 12, alternative learning system o ALS, at pati na rin ang special education. At huwag kang mag-alala dahil kahit walang load ay maaari mong ma-access ang mga learning materials. Tama! Libre ito. Ang kailangan mo lamang gawin ay i-on ang iyong data at buksan lamang ang iyong browser at i-type ang commons.deped.gov.ph. Alam na ba ng iyong mga kasamahang guro o mag-aral ang tungkol sa DepEd Commons? I-share mo na ang video na ito upang matuto rin sila kung paano gagamitin ang DepEd Commons sa mabilis at napakadaling paraan. Muli, ito po si Sir Jeff at kita-kits po tayo sa DepEd Commons. Paalam!
Magandang araw! Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng DepEd Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Ayan. So, good morning everyone. So, we are here again for another session of ETUlay online tutorial, specifically for Fundamentals of Accountancy, Business and Management 1. So, nasa week 6 na tayo and our topic for this week is about the business transactions and their analysis. Okay, so medyo marami na rin tayong nanonood. So, good morning sa'yo, John Kyle, Vilmas, Ma'am Celeste, Padilla, good morning. Elisa, and okay, Norina, Laurencio, Pantua, Sandra, good morning. Okay, so, week 6 na tayo, konti na lang, no? If I am not mistaken, quarter 3 will end this May. Okay, so, para hindi na tayo maubusan ng oras, let's proceed now with the next slide, please. Okay, so this will be our objective for this session. So you will be able to analyze the business transactions using the rules of debit and credit. And of course, you'll be able to solve simple problems and exercises in the analysis of business transactions. Okay? So, I don't want to waste time na kasi 30 minutes lang tayo. So, I'll just go straight to the point. The accounting cycle. So, papasok na talaga tayo. Ito na yung exciting part ng accounting. Okay, kapag gagawa na tayo, pag-aaralan na natin ng accounting cycle. So the accounting cycle represents the steps or procedures used to record transactions and prepare financial statements. Okay, so umpisa na natin. So it implements the accounting processes of identifying, recording, and communicating economic information. So we will start with identifying and analyzing. Next, please. Okay, so ito yung ating steps in the accounting cycle. So for now, we will be studying, there are, I think that's 10, okay, 10 steps. So first one is identifying and analyzing, journalizing, posting, unadjusted trial balance, adjusting entries. We will prepare the adjusted trial balance, financial statements, closing entries, post-closing trial balance, and reversing entries. But for this week, we will tackle identifying and analyzing the business transactions. Okay, so next, please. Identifying and analyzing. So this is the first step in the accounting cycle. So the accounting process begins with the identification of an event, the analysis of the effects of that event, and the measurement of the impact of that event to the business financial statements. Okay, so we will analyze na the transactions in books. Okay, transactions are listed, nakasulat na yan. But in real life, okay, you would know that there's a transaction transpired between you and another party. It's because of the source documents. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so from the source documents, the accountants gather information to determine from the source documents and determines the effect of the transactions on the accounts. So mula sa mga papel, maraming papel, okay, aalamin mo kung ano ang effect ng transaction na yan sa mga accounts. Okay? Next, please. Source documents. Ayan, dyan natin malalaman na meron tayong mga transactions. So these are written evidences containing information about transactions. Okay, example niyan ay sales invoice, official receipts, purchase orders, bank deposit slips, checks, and many more. Okay, so transactions are events which involve the exchange of values between two or more parties. Okay, so next please. Ayan, so ito isang framework ito. I got this from the book written by Joselito G. Florendo, published by Rex Bookstore. So ito yung framework on how we will identify and analyze, okay, the transactions. There are two questions here. So is there a monetary amount that can be assigned to the event? And then the other one, does it affect the composition of either assets, liabilities, equity, revenues, or expenses? So upon seeing the source documents, you analyze. Okay, ano bang effect nitong transaction nito sa assets, liabilities, equity, revenues, or expenses? Kung merong effect, there's another question. So is there a monetary amount that can be assigned to the event? So ang sinasabi ko nga sa mga estudyante ko, two things. Okay, the transaction must be related to the business and financial in nature. Okay, so yung pag-present yung dalawang yan, okay, so you can record that in the books. Okay, yung books natin ay yung journal at yung ledger. If one is missing, okay, one of the questions is missing, okay, you do not record. So, ayan, nakikita nyo naman. Pag dalawa ang yes mo, record in the books. Okay, kapag isa lang, may isang yes, isang no, do not record. Okay, next please. So, ito, let us check your understanding. Simpleng-simple lang to. So, answer yes if the event is recordable in the books and no if not. So, dalawa ha, di ba? Meron tayong dalawang tanong. Okay, so one is it related to the business? Will the transaction affect the assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expenses? And the other one, if it's financial in nature. Okay, meron bang money involved? Kasi nga, transactions are exchange of values. Okay, so first question, the company hired. Okay, the company hired bookkeeper with 20,000 peso salary. Is that recordable in the book? Yes or no? So let me see your answer. So, Sir, hi, Sir Joel. Flora National High School. Sir Gilbert Abweg. Medyo mahaba yung message ni Sir Gilbert from General Trias. Okay, so can I see the answer? Please comment down your answer, yes or no. Okay, recordable ba yung ating transaction? Okay, so Miss Evangeline answered no. Hillman also, Juliet answered no. Okay, so let us reveal the answer. No, hindi pa siya recordable. Although may amount, wala pa siyang exchange of value kasi nag-hire pa lang siya ng bookkeeper at pinag-usapan nila ay 20,000 pesos salary. Pero pag pinasweldo na yan ng company at tinanggap na ni bookkeeper, that's the time that you will record that transaction. Okay, number 2, the company approved Yellow Pages ads at 1,500 peso monthly fee. Okay. Yes, Miss Evangeline, no exchange of value yet. Yes, tama po. Okay. So, number 2 na tayo. Number 2, Sir Ariel answered yes. The company approved Yellow Pages ads at 1,500 peso monthly fee. So, yung verb natin dun is approve. Okay, recordable na ba yan? Okay. Sir Ariel answered yes. Miss Evangeline answered no. Let us reveal the answer. No, not yet. Hindi pa. Kasi approve pa lang. Okay, in-approve pa lang niya yung Yellow Pages ad at 1,500 monthly fee. Pero pag nagbayad na siya, okay, kapag ang transaction na is the company paid Yellow Pages ad for the month, okay, 1,500, that's the time you will record that kasi may exchange of value na. Okay, number 3. The company paid internet connection for the month, 1,799. Okay, no payment made. Yes po, Miss Evangeline. Number 3, answer, yes. Who else? Number 3, Hillman answered yes. Okay, so let us reveal the answer. Miss Juliet answered yes. Yes. Yes na po. Recordable na po ito sa books natin. Kasi may exchange of value na at yung meron ng paid na term, okay, na verb. Paid, ibig sabihin, naglabas na talaga ng pera, okay, si company. Okay, so yes. Okay, let us see number 4. The company bought laptop for office use. Okay, the verb is bought. Okay, for office use, 30,000 pesos. Okay, sandali lang po, lobat. Okay, number 4, Alexandra answered yes. Miss Celeste, okay, answered yes. Miss Evangeline answered yes. Hillman, yes. Okay, so let us reveal the answer for number 4. Number 4 answer is yes. Yes yan. Okay? So, kasi bought na. Ibig sabihin, may actual buying na yung company kasi bumili na siya. Okay? So, may exchange of value na tayo. Cash in exchange of the laptop. Okay? Number 5. The company sent quotation to Mr. Covey for services to be rendered. Sent quotation. Okay. Hillman answered no. Okay. Let me see the answers, please. And Miss Evangeline answered no. Okay, so the answer is no, hindi pa. Kasi nag-send pa lang ng quotation and subject for approval pa yan. Okay, ipapa-approve pa niya yan kung okay ba or hindi. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so we will study the rules of debit and credit. Okay, so ito very important ito in journalizing. Okay, so para alam natin kung ano ba ang account to be debited and what is the account to be credited. So as you can see, I have here 6 accounts. So these are the 5 major accounts actually, but yung equity kasi is affected by 2, the capital account and the drawing account. So in-itemize ko na rin yan dyan. Okay, so ayan siya, assets, debit increases and credit decreases, liabilities, credit increases, debit decreases. Ang equity capital, sa credit nag-i-increase, decrease naman siya sa debit. Equity drawings, debit nag-i-increase, decrease naman siya sa credit. Revenue or income, credit increases, debit decreases, and expenses, debit increases and credit decreases. Okay, so upon seeing that, maaalala nyo ba kaagad? Can you memorize that? Okay, sa isang kita pa lang, alam mo na ba agad? Na-store mo na ba sa brains mo yan? Okay, ang hirap, di ba? So ako, ang ginawa ko, next please. Ayan. So katulad ng mga nauna nating tutorial session, okay, nagbibigay ako ng tips on how you will remember the rules of debit and credit. Parang tititigan mo lang din pagpikit mo, alam mo na. So ganito yung ginawa ko. So kinuha ko yung mga first letter, okay, nung 6 accounts. So I have here assets, drawings, expenses, liabilities. I use income this time, okay, and then the capital. So I come up with one word, adelic. Adelic, okay? So yung naka-red. So yung first 3 accounts, ADE, assets, drawings, and expenses. So ayan, di ba? Rules of debit and credit. So sa debit, since nasa taas sila, so debit increases and credit decreases. And then the last 3 sa ilalim, debit, credit ulit, since nasa ilalim sila, ang debit nila ay decreases at ang credit nila ay increases. So, upon seeing this, or you can just, sige, you try it, you close your eyes. So, you can recite now the rules of debit and credit. Basta yung tatlo sa taas, okay, since nasa taas sila, ang debit nila tumataas din. At syempre, kabaligtaran na yung credit, pababa. At yung tatlo sa ilalim, okay, since nasa ilalim sila, ang debit nila, bababa din. Pababa. Okay, at ang credit naman nila is pataas. Okay, so, kung hindi mo ma-memorize yung table natin kanina, you memorize this. Okay, so, ito yung mga ginawa ko nung nag-aaral ako kasi nga, mahirap mag-memorize at mahirap magkamali. Okay, so let's, next slide please. Let's try na analyzing the transaction. Kung ano ang effect nito sa mga accounts. Next please. So my first transaction is Mr. Covey invested 500,000 to start his business. Ayan. So, unang tanong, okay, what is added to your asset? Kasi business to for sure. Yung transaction na binabasa nyo ay transaction ng business yan. And sabi ko nga sa inyo, always think of yourself as the business. Okay, so yan, pag binasa mo yan, for sure, affected ng asset mo yan. Okay? So let's see. So what is added or what is deducted to your asset? Okay? So asset. Ayan. So syempre, okay, sabi mo nga affected an asset pero alin sa mga asset ang affected? Cash. Kasi may 500,000 pesos. Okay? So ano ba? Dumami ba yung asset mo or pumunti? Okay, siyempre dadami yan. Kaya ilalagay mo yung 500,000 sa debit side because that is the side where cash increases. Okay, ngayon, ang source. Next question is, saan galing? Anong source mo? Galing ba yan sa creditors mo kasi umutang ka? Or galing yan sa equity? Okay, capital or revenue kasi increase ang cash eh. Dapat increase ang equity. Okay, so ano? Saan yan? Ano ang affected account dyan? Capital. Kasi nga, okay, investment yan ng owner. Okay, so ang account affected is the owner's capital. So you will write that COV capital. And saan nag-i-increase ang capital? Sa credit. Kaya ilalagay mo yung 500,000 sa credit. Okay? So yan, ganyan mag-analyze ng transaction. Okay, next transaction. Okay, so transaction 2, bought supplies for cash. O, sinong bumili? Is it the business or the client? Of course, the business. Diba sabi ko nga sa inyo, lahat ng transaction na yan ginawa ni business. O yan. Question, what is added to your asset? Or what is deducted to your asset? Nadagdagan ba? Nabawasan? Okay? So, bought. O, anong binili mo? Supplies. At ang supplies ay under assets. Okay? So, since nadagdagan yung assets mo, supplies, so ilalagay natin ang 1,500 sa debit side. Okay, saan galing? Galing ba yan sa creditor or galing ba yan sa equity? Hindi ka nangutang, di mo naman inutang yan. Hindi galing sa equity. So, galing yan din sa asset. So, tayo ay meron lang plus asset and minus asset. So, anong mababawas sa asset mo? Cash. Kasi, pinangbayad mo yung cash mo. Parang kinonvert mo lang. Your cash, you converted that to supplies. O saan nababawasan ng cash? Sa debit, sa credit. Sa credit. Kaya ilalagay mo yung 1,500 sa credit. So in this case, balance pa rin ng ating equation. Okay? So susunod niyan is, gagawan mo na yan ng journal entry. Isusulat mo na sa journal. Okay? Next transaction. Okay, next transaction, bought office furniture on credit. Okay, bumili ka naman ng furniture on credit. So, question, what is added to your asset or what is deducted from your asset? Okay, meron ba? Anong nadagdag sa asset mo? Nung bumili ka ng office furniture. Okay, syempre, dadagdag dyan. May nadagdag sa asset mo at alin sa mga asset? Office furniture. Okay, so nag-assign ka na ng pangalan sa transaction, account name. Okay, so office furniture, an asset account increases on the debit side, kaya yung 5,000 ay ilalagay mo sa debit side. Okay, so ayan yung T-account natin. 5,000 nasa debit side kasi, okay, dumami. Okay, ngayon saan galing? Anong source mo? Creditors ba? Or dito sa owners? Sa equity? Okay? On credit. Okay? So, on credit. Meaning there's a liability. But who incurred the liability? Okay? So, si business. Okay? So, ano? Ano sa liabilities? Pangalanan natin yan. Accounts payable. Okay? Accounts payable. So, accounts payable, a liability account increases on the credit side. So, yung 5,000 natin ay ilalagay natin sa credit side. Okay? So, 5,000 sa credit side. Okay? Let's have another transaction. Okay, so hi, Heavenly from San Roque Central. Okay, elementary school. Okay, so this is transaction number 4. Paid electricity for yan, for the month. Okay, paid electricity for the month, 4,000 pesos. Okay, so ayan. Meron bang nabawas sa asset mo o meron bang nadagdag? Okay? Ayan, kinorek na ni Sir Ariel. Thank you, Sir Ariel. Paid electricity for the month. Okay? So what is added to your assets or what is deducted from your assets? Okay? So for sure, nabawasan ng asset mo kasi nagbayad ka eh. So cash, so saan ba natin ilalagay ang 4,000? Okay? Kung mababawasan ng assets, saan dapat nilalagay? Sa credit side. Okay? 4,000. Okay. Bakit? Nabawasan eh. Bakit saan mo dinala? Okay, nabawasan. Saan mo dinala? Saan napunta? Bakit nabawasan? Okay, so binayad mo ba yan sa liability mo? O dinala mo yan sa equity kasi meron kang drawings or expenses? So for sure, yan ay sa asset kasi wala nang hindi ka naman nagbayad ng utang kundi ikaw ay nagbayad ng expenses. Okay, so electricity, usually nilalagay natin yan sa utilities expense. And saan ba, okay, nababawasan ang, saan nadadagdagan na expense? Sa debit side. Okay, so rules of debit and credit expense ay nasa debit increases yan. Okay, sasabihin nyo, ma'am, bakit naman po, di ba, bakit nakalagay doon ang equity mababawasan dahil sa expenses? Eh bakit yung T account ng utilities expense dumadami sa debit? Okay, tama. Saan ba dumadami ang equity? Capital. Oh, iba sa credit. Oh, so para mabawasan siya, lalagay natin sa debit. Kaya ang expense ay sa debit side ilalagay. Okay, transaction number 5. Okay. Very good po, Helman. Okay, number 5. The owner withdrew 10,000 pesos for personal use. Okay? So, ano na naman yan? Ano na naman ang nabawas sa asset mo? Ano na naman ang nadagdag sa asset mo? Saan napunta? Or saan galing? So, those are the questions, di ba? We need to answer so we can analyze the transactions. Okay. So, ayan, may debit credit na naman. So, for sure, mababawasan ang asset mo dyan kasi may withdrawal si owner. Okay, mababawasan ka ng cash. Okay, cash. So, since mababawasan ng cash mo, ilalagay natin yan sa credit side. Okay, sa credit side, 10,000. And withdrawal ni owner. So, for sure, sa equity siya. Equity side siya. Under drawings. Okay? So, sino yan? Si Covey. That's how you write, sa equity accounts. So, Covey, lagay nyo yung pangalan, kung sino ang nag-invest or sino ang nag-withdraw, lagay nyo yung pangalan, and then comma, drawings, or comma, capital. O, saan ba? Saan nag-i-increase ang drawing accounts? Sa debit side yan. Okay, kaya ilalagay natin ng 10,000 pesos sa debit side. Okay? Yes, equity. Cash, credit, drawings, debit. Yes, very good po, Miss Junelle. Okay, so hi Jennifer. Hi Jerome. Okay, let's move na to our next. Okay, let us check your understanding. So here, give the effect of the transactions on the accounting equation. Choose the letter of the correct answers. So I have here for letter A, increase asset. Ito yung mga effects ha. Increase asset, increase equity. Okay, so sa equity, you have 4 capital, drawings, revenue, and expenses. And then B, increase asset, increase liability. C, decrease asset and decrease equity. D, decrease asset, decrease liability. And E, increase asset and decrease asset. Okay, for transaction number 1. Okay, letter lang ha. Okay, borrowed money, okay, from the bank. So, anong effect niyan? So, Miss Jennifer answered B. Okay, who else? Okay, so sige, sagot lang. Okay, so let us reveal the answer. It's B. Okay, Hillman answered B also. Very good. The answer is B. Okay, number 2, collected payment from customer on account. Collected. Okay, so let us see the answer. For number 2, lagyan ng number ha, para alam ko kung para saan yung answer nyo. So, business, the business collected payment. So, anong meron? Okay. From customer on account. So, let us reveal the answer. E. Okay, E, increase asset and decrease asset. Kasi initial entry niyan, di ba, is debit accounts receivable and credit, let's say, service income. Ay, nagbayad na siya. O, di, ano nito is, entry niya is debit cash and credit accounts receivable. Okay? So, increase asset, decrease asset. Okay? Number 3, paid insurance. Okay, well, nagbayad siya ng insurance. Okay, let us reveal the answer. Letter C. The answer is letter C. Okay, magdi-decrease ng equity because of expense. Okay, decrease asset, cash, and then magdi-decrease din yung equity because of the expense. Okay, number 4, rendered services for cash. Okay, rendered services for cash. Number 4 na po tayo. Nag-render ka ng service at may bayad na for cash. Okay. Number 4, okay, Miss Jennifer, you answered A. Let us reveal the answer. Hillman answered A also. I answer correct. Answers are correct. Evangeline, correct. A. Okay, kasi nag-increase yung cash ninyo at mag-i-increase din ang equity dahil sa revenue. Number 5. Paid supplier on account. Okay, paid supplier on account. So, supplier to I'm talking about the supplier. Okay, Mr. Jerome, you answered D. Okay, Hillman, E. Okay, so let us reveal the answer. Miss Evangeline, D. Okay, D. D ang sagot dyan kasi paid supplier on account eh. So, what will be your journal entry? Okay, debit, accounts payable, and credit cash. So, magkakaroon ka ng decrease asset and decrease in liability. Okay? So, madali lang, di ba? Okay, sige, let us see. So, okay, next slide please. This time, okay, I will ask you again to analyze the transaction and choose the rules of debit and credit that applies. Yan. So, rules of debit and credit naman tayo. Okay, by the way, debit is the left side, credit right side. Okay. Abbreviation for debit is DR, abbreviation for credit is CR. From debere and credere. Latin word, debere and credere. Okay? Number 1, again. Okay, so what is your answer? Jasper Company rented office space and paid 2 months rent in advance. So, merong advance payment si Jasper Company. Okay, so ano siya? Okay, let us okay, Miss Niv, Niv, Nivron. Okay, to be safe, Nivron and Miss Jennifer both answered D. So let us see the answer. Okay, so answer is C, debit asset and credit asset. Okay, nagbayad ka kasi ng rent. So, merong lalabas sa yung asset, which is cash. So, meron kang credit asset. And then, ano ang magigain mo? Ano ang ipinalit mo dyan? So, meron ka debit asset. Okay? Para sa prepaid. Okay? Prepaid rent. Okay? 2 months rent in advance. Okay. Next, please. Okay, I used in asset method here. I used asset method. Okay, so I can consider your answer, Nivron and Jennifer, kung expense method ang gagamitin natin. Okay, expense method. Okay. Sige, pwede rin yung D kung expense method. Sige. Okay, number 2. Jasper Company paid the remaining balance of its loan to Bangko natin. Jasper Company paid the remaining balance of its loan to Bangko natin. Yes, Miss Marivic. Yes, D. Sige po. Okay, let us reveal the answer for number 2. Okay, so debit liability, yes, and credit asset. You are correct, Miss Jennifer. So debit liability, kasi nabawasan yung liability. Kaya ilalagay na natin siya sa debit side. At magke-credit din ng asset kasi mababawasan ng asset natin. Okay? Dahil naglabas tayo ng cash. Yes, Nivron, correct. B. Okay, by the way, yung na-mention ko kaninang income method, asset method and expense method, pag-aaralan natin yan sa adjusting entries. Okay, B. Next please. Okay, this is my last question. So, Jasper withdrew money for personal use. Okay, so anong effect niyan? Anong rules of debit and credit ang mag-apply? Okay, number 3, Jasper withdrew money for personal use. Number 3, D. Answer, Miss Jennifer, answer D. Okay, so let us see, let us reveal the answer. Marivic, D. Okay, so answer is D. Debit drawing and credit, okay, asset. Okay, So, kumuha kasi, nag-withdraw na si Jasper. So, okay, meron siyang debit drawing at mababawasan ang asset mo kasi naglabas ka ng pera. Okay, na withdraw ni Jasper. Okay, so ganyan lang po kadali mag-analyze ng transactions. So next week, our topic will be journalizing. This is the actual recording of the transactions in the book called journal. Okay, so those are my references. If you have no more questions, so I think that's about it for today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you so much. Ayan, salamat po.
Magandang araw, ako po si Sir Ariel, ang ALS lover ng Edtech Unit. Narito po ako para sa isang napakagandang balita at upang magpaalala na ang kinabukasan ay mas gaganda at uunlad kung ang lahat ay patuloy na mag-aaral. Sa edukasyon sa ating bansa, tiyak na walang maiiwanan sa pag-abot ng mga pangarap. Kaya naman ang Department of Education ICT's Educational Technology Unit at Alternative Learning System Task Force ay nagtutulungan sa pagkakaroon ng ALS Tech Empowerment Program upang maihatid ang excellent quality education sa ating mga ALS learner and teachers. To easily deliver the lessons from the modules and other references, we will provide tablet PC as part of the DepEd computerization program to all ALS teachers and orientation on the use of these packages. To deepen the pedagogical use of information and communications and technology in delivering instructions, there are training workshops on the use and curation of open educational resources or OER, Google and Microsoft productivity tools, creation of video lessons using PowerPoint presentations and KineMaster, and on ebook or e-magazine development. To create an avenue for remedial lessons that is open to all learners, teachers, and parents, we will have the ETUlay free online tutorial and mobile ETUlay, where we will visit remote schools to feature the best practices of our ALS teachers and learners. Sa mga out-of-school youth and adult, laging tatandaan na may pag-asa upang makapagpatuloy sa pag-aaral. May ALS para sa inyo. Ang edukasyon ay para sa lahat. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad.